you have it with you?
Yeah.
Go get it. Oh, is it in your bag here? You know, the music with your markings and your fingerings and your teacher's markings and all that. Oh, okay. When you play for a master, when you play for a competition, okay, you always give the judges a clean score, right? Because you don't want the judges saying, "Oh, he's got the wrong," you know, is he still going to play that wrong note? Oh, his teacher said to do that and he forgot, right? Okay, but when you play for a master class, any guest teacher, not just me, but anybody, because you're a talented pianist, you're going to play for a lot of guest artists in the future. Okay? Always give them a score that you use that has your fingerings and your teacher's marks. You think it looks messy, but that's the one they need. Because if I am circling something, or if I have an idea of something, and I see that your teacher already wrote it, you know, or especially if you see like something's been circled 4 times in 4 different colors, right? And then I will look at this and I'll say, okay, somebody already said this. I have to think of it differently. Okay. The other thing is if you know, this is free scores. Okay. And are you understanding everything?
Yeah.
Okay. I always say that, you know, you don't always get what you pay for. You know, sometimes like you go and you pay for something and you get home and you like they didn't give it to you, or it's cheated, or you know, like it's not as good as you want. Okay? But you always pay for what you get. Think about that for a while. You don't always get what you pay for, but you always pay for what you get. So if you go to a competition and you win a prize, you paid for that. You worked really hard. You had to just spend hours and hours, and you had to think really hard. You had to work with your teacher, you know, and you paid for that. You got it. So you go to another competition and you know, right after you came back from vacation, you know, you haven't really practiced, but you go, I know these pieces doesn't go well, and you don't get anywhere, you know. You got a nice vacation, but you paid for it. You see? Okay. Right. So you got this free score, right? And this free score is missing about 6 pages. It's just gone. They're just not there. Okay. And so while you were playing this complicated things that I was trying to mark spots, instead of listening to you, instead of giving you some feedback, I was trying to search for it. I got lost. What's there? Okay. So my concentration was on trying to figure out, like, why was I lost? Where's the music? And I should have been on you. So you got a free score. Didn't pay anything for this score, right? You just bought the paper. You downloaded it from the internet. Didn't have to pay anything for it. But it cost you because it cost you my attention right now. Okay? Right. So you always pay for what you get. Okay, let's get to work. We're going to work on them anyway, even though we don't have the score. You're playing this piece really, really well. So let's start. Be careful of because you and I can have different piano training. Make sure you've got a good sound here. You can get a sharp sound, but if you do this, it's going to be an ugly sound. And you want to get clear, a sharp sound by having all 3 of them exactly together, but still be on the key and get a good. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this pedal is not great. All these pedals. None of these pedals are right. Normally, a pedal should be like this. This is a a map. Okay, this is where the pedal is normally, and this, when you push the pedal down, it's down here. Okay, this is your foot. Normally here, nothing should happen, right? You should be able to feel the pedal and have a little space there, so that you can feel the pedal, but you don't push it down.
Yeah.
Okay, and then here to here, things happen, right? Here you can just hear sort of like. Should be here. On that piano, it's here. So if you even touch it, you already start the pedal to pedal. You already start to pick up the dampers. Okay. So that's just, it's a very simple adjustment, right? But they need to make that with this piano. Okay, it's a beautiful piano, but that's not an adjustment. Okay. And sometimes for you and for everybody who's played, the pedal's not changing for you because it's just in the wrong place, right? So you really have to make sure to follow your ear. So here, make sure you're off in time. Really, like you're gonna have to lift your foot. Normally we try not to lift your foot too much off the pedal, but maybe you need to a little bit here. Okay, let's start. You hear it? You hear it? You're used to, don't follow, I'm sorry, you can't follow your habit. You want to feel that, I understand, your foot is doing what it wants to do, what it should be doing. Yeah. Okay? But you're going to have to lift it up a little further. Try it. Good. By the way, this is the same chord. This chord and this chord. Those are the same harmony. And I think they're all on one pedal. Yeah. Chopin's pedal is actually pretty good. This is a terrible addition, but that pedal is correct. That is Chopin's addition. Okay. From here again. Yeah. Now there's a couple of rhythms in this piece. They're interesting rhythms. You need to stand up to do this. So stand up for just a second. This is more fun when there's a group, but it's just you and me for now. Okay. I want you to think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, got it? Good. I want you to lean from one foot to another while we do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, with me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now say dun, 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 dun. Feel how your feet feel kind of bouncy. Dun, 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 dun. Now change the rhythm. Dun, 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 dun. Say this with me. Dun, 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 dun. Now back to the first one. Dun, 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 dun. The second dun, 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 dun. You feel this is a little different, right? Just a little different in your body. Now we're going to do the second one. Dun, 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 and then change. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, first one. Dun, 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 dun. Now dun, 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 dun. First one. Dun, dun, dun. This is hard. Dun, 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 dun. Right. Okay. Now the last rhythm. Da, 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 da. Ready? Go. Da, 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 da. Now change. Da, 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 da. You feel there's a slight difference in your weight, in just like how your toes and your knees just feel in the context of this. And so there's these are all typical rhythms for Chopin, right? They're rhythms that you find in his mazurkas. They're rhythms that you find in his polonaises and in his waltzes, right? And they feel different in each one of them. But you also find them in the scherzo, and in this scherzo in particular, you have a 1, right there. bum, bum. Right? So you're playing kind of the right rhythm, right? There's not a problem with that. Although actually your tempo is not quite steady with the one before it, but it needs to have that quality to it, right? And then we all rush, right? Everybody likes to go a little faster there. But I also was keeping track of you heard me say ba 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 ba, and I'm not calling my father, but right? Then it all makes sense. But it's too easy. If it just rushes without keeping track of that, we lose the excitement. It's a little bit like, have you ever played this one? Beethoven, the Passionata. And you know, there's a lot of if you have that going on, if you don't have it, you feel the difference? You know? And so that's why if you have this, actually kind of works as long as you have you know, as long as you have at least that length, you're okay. Okay, so these rhythms, here's where things get really interesting. Look at this. Remember that one that we did? And then here it goes. Exaggerating a little bit. I don't think you have to suddenly change from being lyrical to having to be dance-like. But there is this element. But rather it's about bringing a different level of life to it here. And then when you get to sorry, I'm gonna hit you with this. Now we have we have that more berserker like rhythm. And that's very different from this. Okay, all right. Let's do that from the beginning. This score thing is a mess. Oh, hold on a second. Maybe I might have this. I got a lot of stuff on here. I don't know if I don't remember whether this is there or not. This could be useful. Instead of going jab, launch, you know, like boom, like a swimming pool, Well, never mind. You're not counting. I know that I don't have to answer. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let them know, right? But I know it'll be better if you do. And the other thing is listen to the end of that. When you get to that, when you get to there, right? Whatever that sound is. So the idea here is that on the key, if you start above the key, you're going to get ugly, right? If you're on the key, you can play as loud as you want and get a really big fat sound. So string up. You don't actually have to use this muscle to pull your hand up. You comes up because you have strong feet here. And then something here. What I'm talking about here is set your hand on top of mine. Like this, okay? Go for right. It's kind of be a little bit light, right? You're going to do a lot of stuff there. So if you're doing, you tend to play and then pull your hand up like this. So you're playing, right? And I think if you play here, you notice I don't have to lift my hand at all. Right? It's like, comes up on its own. Take your foot off the pedal totally. Like, don't even see what I mean? Right? The pedal needs to be adjusted. But right, if you yank this, then it messes up your the rhythmical feeling in your body, I think, your arms. Now also then you actually here, set it on again. Set that here. So you have there's one drop, and because my fingers are firm like a basketball. You know, if you bounce a basketball and it doesn't have much air in it, it doesn't bounce very well, right? It needs to have that air, it needs to have that firmness so that it can bounce from one place to another. Yeah. The firmer they are, the more relaxed it's going to be. It's actually kind of payoff, double payoff. That's the idea. That's it. Okay, see now, this is also not a good edition, but it's the best one I can get online for free, right? And so I think it's the Mikuli edition. Mikuli was one of Chopin's students, and in general, there are 3 Chopin editions that Schirmer did: Mikuli, Friedheim, and anyway, Mikuli is considered the most accurate of those. Okay, but still, it's not the Polish edition. I own the Polish edition. I should scan it and put it in there, but at this moment in time, it's running off into something else. All right, but we can use this for the middle moving it here. Right. Can you do this one more time? No, we don't need to do this one more time. Let's go on. Here, would you just once, your left hand doesn't know where it is. It's the right hand. Right? Can you just wait for me? That's it. It feels weird when you arrive so early on this. You're going 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't know, it just feels weird.
Okay. There's something always, whenever Chopin writes fast notes, there's always something beautiful about them. Okay? And so it's important to go back and sort of figure out. See, I caught the pedal. I messed up the pedal too because it's so out of whack. Right? There's a certain amount of that. No, I'm being too free. Right? You know, and there's a brilliance to it. But it's weird. You can play it fast too. Right? But it doesn't make sense. You see what I mean? It's like it's a wrong rhythm. Now, I can't possibly have the right tempo there if I'm playing. Oh, what am I? Is there a tempo here? The piece you know is in 4, and it's not in 3. It's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, You start from there. So you have right, you have this down here, right, you're going to have really your very best legato. Try it slowly. Sorry. Both hands sweet. All right, listen, your melody playing is very good. It's very accurate. But what I'd like you to do with this is I hope you can have a little more fun. Rather, you be a little more creative with it. Can you try that song? It feels a little businesslike. Can you try it a little slower? Thank you. Pretty nice. You can make how about a line? That's better. And once again, beware of when you're not used to. You can play this fast, right? When's the last time you played this note? When's the last time you played this note? I'm betting that it was 6 months ago. Oh. Is it? Maybe, yeah, okay. And that's a big mistake. You're such a fine musician. You really are. And don't let yourself be trapped in the habits of yourself when you were 12. Okay? Because when you were 12, you learned the left hand, you learned the right hand, you put them together, and that was it. You never played the hands separately again. And you learned it slow, and then you got to play fast, and you never played slow again. Right? But you were playing simpler pieces then. Right? And artistically less interesting maybe. Right? But with something like with these great pieces of music, we go back and we have to do the hands separately, the voices separately. You know, we go back and we play them slowly after playing them fast, and you learn new things, right? Okay. So with this, what I wanted to say is beware of footballs, because this is what's happening now. Is to play expressive. You're going. So you, right? And this looks like an American football. You know, that are shaped like this. I call those footballs. Right? I borrowed that word from string players, because people who learn to. Do you play a string instrument? Do you play violin or cello? No? Okay. String players who have bad bow technique can't change bows at the end and keep a good sound. So they get soft and they go, ah, wow. You know, that's the only way they can do it. They call it footballs, right? And that's because they have bad technique with their right hand. All right. So with this, can you make a bigger line over all four measures? Good. Sounds a little bit business-like, okay? You've got a good shape to it now, but can you make that shape more special? See, now it starts sounding like that person that you were when you first played this piece, and you went, oh my God, I love every note of this. It's so beautiful. Yeah? Yeah? Well, once again, show us. Wait, you love the first note? Or are you waiting till later? Every single note. Once again, every note gorgeous, just for practice. Not bad. Now, because you're very musical, you like to end, right? But then what we get is those footballs. We get little tiny footballs, right? Right? Just like the string player who has bad technique here, right? Instead, make a longer phrase. And then the end of the last one. Now you have sensitivity, right? You love every note, and you have a longer phrase, right? So you have that kind of basic sensitivity as a musician, and the depth of a better musician, right? And older and more mature. The way you get there is actually by going back and doing it slowly, right? And the first time you did it was slower, right? And you hear it and you go, okay, that's fine, all right, I got this far, but I'm not mechanical, so I'm going to do this again, right? All right? So that's working. Now, hear it now? You see what I mean? Okay, but if I just play, that sounded, you don't like that, right? I can hear it, I can see it in your face, you're smiling, but going, all right, let's go ahead. Now, let me hear your left hand. Actually, your bass line is really good. I'm wondering if there's some other things in there too. now. First time, and you're doing actually a great job of it for the first time. But the thing is, I'm asking you to have faith, right? I'm asking you to believe me. Okay, because as you do this right now, you have to struggle to figure out what notes to play. Okay, and it doesn't feel very musical. Okay? What you want to do is it won't take you very long. It might take you more than just 2 or 3 times through. All right? It might take you 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 times through. But that's not that much. Right? You're quick at this. You might be able to do it in 3 or 4. But the thing about it is, here, let me sit down there. That in the end, what you want to use it for is that you want to use it for resolution, right? Which is the before, right? Is that after you get good at this, what it allows you to do, it allows you to think more deeply about how the music is put together. And it allows you to say, oh, wait a minute, I like this note, I want to hear this one, I want to hear this over there, and you know, all this. And if we only maybe we hear it eventually, but if we do the other. And see how much of that you can listen to. But later you'll get better at it after you learn to do the chord part. Oh, okay, thank you. He's fine. I gotta let you do that. She just pointed out to me, she reminded me that we're gonna run out of time, but I want you to try this one. Okay, you're gonna do that practice later, but let's see how much you can do that. think about it. How many months has it been since you've practiced the left hand alone? Right? Well, no, you probably practice this left hand alone fairly often, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. All right. And it's been, maybe you've never played this before, but it's so much more musical. You feel it too? Is it fun? Good. I think it's fun. I just think this really makes it fun. All right, we need to jump ahead here. You do this so well. I mean, it's just very impressive. Let's go to the middle section. It's interesting. He uses two words here that, for Chopin, often mean opposite things. Right? He says sotto voce, which you're doing. What does that mean, sotto voce? Here, explain to her. She's amazing. He's going to tell you what sotto voce means.
What does that mean? Can you explain? Do you understand that? Sotto voce? All you need is expectation. Do you know the word?
So you can tell her in Vietnamese, and you don't need. I can't do it in Vietnamese. Okay, it means under voice.
Under voice.
Sotto is under, voce is voice. But then he writes sostenuto, and usually when sostenuto means sustained. But usually when Chopin writes the word sustained, he means like get a kind of a singing quality to the sound. Like, okay, so we should play louder for the sostenuto, but we should play quieter for the sotto voce. Like, come on, Fred, what do you want us to do? And so, so I think it feels too weak to me. We need a little more commitment. Just something. This. And okay, try this. Both voices, all the voices. About this piece is that it's just like you discovered at the beginning. If you actually know where the beats are and you're paying attention to it, it's more exciting, right? Because when things move and adjust, it's more exciting. You need to do that here too, because it's very lovely. You have this gorgeous sound, but it doesn't. There's no structure. It needs to move. So have a feeling that you're instilling in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that sweet little rhythm again. And so, of course, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that must be flexible, okay? But it has to be there, right? You can't just like, I think I'll play now. You know, it loses. It doesn't make sense. Okay, one more time. sometimes Chopin writes these things. I've seen him write things with like take out the bar lines. We left them in. and it makes me feel like, again, even I think it should be free. Here, let me use it again. Okay. We should be in the same place here. But I think if it actually gets a little too excited. It just, you know, you've made this beautiful thing. Beautiful if it unfolds slightly more in tempo. You know, I didn't play strict, but you sort of, I know where the pulses are inside there. Here, take it from it starts here, right? Okay, so the most important voice is the top voice, right? So out of the four voices, the most important voice is the upper. We both agree. Right? What's the next most important voice? One, right? Top one. That one? Okay, so that one's the second most important. It's the third most important. Okay, and the fourth one. Okay. Yeah, now, absolutely yes, absolutely yes. This, people disagree, okay? Some people would agree this one is more important, some people would. Okay, so different people, you know, that's absolutely up to you, all right? Doesn't matter. It really doesn't, okay? all right, so let's hear number two. Number two was missing right now.
The student for the afternoon board.
Okay, when does she start? 1:30?
But I told her she can wait a little bit after that.
Okay.
She need to start maximum 2 p.m.
Okay.
She's leaving by 3, so.
Oh, all right. Mm-hmm. So let's do it. We need that harmony support. Wait a minute, something's wrong in there. Circle it. We'll find it later. Yeah. All right. So I'm sorry, we're gonna have to close, but this all makes sense here.
would like to go back and do, sort of skip over, is, yeah, and we'll do this kind of, should we? There. At the end of this? I think we need to think a little bit more about, about how you get from here. It's never going to here. And then this goes to there. So practice finishing the, and then practice starting, and then, okay, just because this, I find, for me, I need to have a new energy. Kind of feel the pulse starting again there after I slow down in order to make sense out of it. But that, I mean, oh my God, that takes so much time to figure out how to play those 3 notes. All right, we have to stop. I'm so sorry. Listen, bravo, you did beautiful. Bring your own score next time. Bring your real score, the real thing. You're welcome. And we get to take a picture. Oh boy.